Welcome back to your geography class. In today's session, we will be dealing with a new chapter, weathering and soil formation. In this chapter, we will study about rocks, how different types of rocks are formed, and how ultimately these rocks break down to lead to the formation of different types of soil. So let's get started with the chapter. The Earth, as we know, is composed of three different concentric layers: the innermost core, the intermediate mantle, and the outermost solid layer, which ranges from 10 to 70 kilometers, called the crust. It is the thinnest layer among all the three layers. All the major landforms are found on the crust, such as mountains, plateaus, plains, river valleys, deltas, etc. All these landforms are made up of different types of rocks. Now, what are rocks? Rocks that you see on Earth are any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the Earth's crust. So, what are these minerals that we talk about? Minerals are inorganic substances that have a definite chemical composition. Thus, on the basis of formation, there are three types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. Let us see how these three types of rocks are formed. During the first type of rock that we are going to discuss is the igneous rocks. Now, igneous rocks are the first or the primary rocks that are formed on Earth. The word igneous has been derived from a Latin word ignis, meaning fire. Why fire? Because igneous rocks are formed by solidification of magma that comes to the surface. Now, magma is liquid rock material that comes out maybe from a volcano or a fissure on the Earth's surface. Now, when this magma comes to the surface, it solidifies and cools down and leads to the formation of igneous rocks. Now, basically igneous rocks are of two types: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks, depending on where they have formed. So, ahead in the video you will see how igneous rocks are formed, the different types of igneous rocks and their examples. Let's get into the video. During a volcanic eruption, liquid material flows out from a volcano. This liquid material is called magma. When magma flows on the land surface, it is called lava. Lava eventually cools and solidifies to lead to the formation of hard and crystalline extrusive igneous rocks. These rocks are also called volcanic rocks. Sometimes the lava cannot reach the land because of the presence of overlying soil and rocks just on the land surface. The lava eventually has to cool within the surface of the land, leading to the formation of intrusive igneous rocks, also called plutonic rocks. Hence, there are two types of igneous rocks: extrusive igneous rocks and intrusive igneous rocks. Since they are the first types of rocks to be formed, they are also called primary rocks. Let's now see the different characteristics of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are formed from hot magma coming to the land surface. When hot magma comes to the land, it is known as lava. This lava cools down, solidifies, and leads to the formation of igneous rocks. So about 85% of the total land surface is covered by igneous rocks. Now, igneous rocks, since they are formed from hot magma, they lack in fossils. Some of the important examples of igneous rocks can be dolerite, graphite, basalt. All these are different examples of different types of igneous rocks. Next, we move to sedimentary rocks. How are sedimentary rocks formed? Now, the word sedimentary has again been derived from another Latin word sedimentum, meaning to settle down. How are sedimentary rocks formed? Remember the igneous rocks? These igneous rocks underwent erosion by different agents of erosion. Now, what are agents of erosion? Agents of erosion are the factors that try to break a rock down. like for example water, wind, glaciers, rivers, etc. All these are called agents of gradation or agents of erosion. These agents of erosion start working on the igneous rocks that were formed or any other rocks that were found on earth. These agents of erosion start to erode that rock and break them down into smaller particles called sediments. Now these sediments flow down to a depression or a lowland and start settling down layer by layer. It is not that sedimentary rocks are formed in a day or two. It takes almost hundreds to thousands of years for sedimentary rocks to be formed. Now these sediments that had been evolved from different types of rocks are flowing to a depression or a lowland and getting settled layer by layer. Now due to the pressure of the overlying layers of sediments, the lower layers of sediments start to compress. They compress and they become compact and lead to the formation of sedimentary rocks. Further in the video you will understand how. Sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are those rocks which are layered or stratified and are formed from the agents of gradation like running water, wind, glaciers, etc. These agents break and erode the igneous rocks and transport them to a low-lying area where they are deposited. This deposition takes place in layers, hence sedimentary rocks are also called stratified rocks. Sometimes fossils of different plants and animals are also found between these layers. In comparison to the other rocks, sedimentary rocks are softer. There are three types of sedimentary rocks: mechanically formed sedimentary rocks, chemically formed sedimentary rocks, and organically formed sedimentary rocks. So what did we understand? We understood that sedimentary rocks are formed from the breaking down of parent rocks or any other pre-existing rocks. These rocks break down into sediments because of the action of agents of gradation. They break down to sediments, they are carried to a lowland or depression and are deposited in layers. That is why sedimentary rocks are also called stratified rocks. Some of the major examples of sedimentary rocks are chalk, limestone, sandstone, redstone, mudstone, etc. Next, let's move to metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that are formed by the metamorphosis or changing in form of the pre-existing rocks such as igneous or sedimentary rocks. Now the word meta and morphe, two Greek words, have been combined together to give the meaning of metamorphic, meaning change in form. Now metamorphic rocks in comparison to any of its original rocks are highly different. They are more crystalline, they are a lot stronger, harder and have a more complex composition. Metamorphic rocks are formed when igneous or sedimentary rocks come under the influence of very high temperature and pressure conditions, changing the entire chemical composition of the rock itself. Therefore, sometimes you will find that metamorphic rocks are the most complex structure among all the three rocks. Let us see how metamorphic rocks are formed. Metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are either igneous or sedimentary rocks that have undergone a change due to excessive heat and pressure. Such changed rocks are called metamorphic rocks. Due to excessive heat, limestone changes to marble. Due to excessive pressure, shale changes to slate, coal changes to graphite, and sandstone changes to quartzite. So what did we study in today's class? We studied what are rocks and what are minerals. Rocks are any natural mass of mineral matter found on the earth's surface, while minerals are inorganic substances having a chemical or definite chemical composition. Then we saw different types of rocks. On the basis of formation, there are three different types of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. We dealt with their characteristics and different examples. In the next class, we will study about how different agents of erosion or factors of gradation erode all these three different types of rocks and lead to the formation of soil. So till then, stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself.